Icemen gearing up for Game 2 of the ECHL playoffs tonight. They're in Estero, just south of Fort Myers, to face the Everblades and hope to try and steal Game 2 on the road. That is where we find the public address voice of the Icemen, our Night Ranger, Broadway Joe Massa. So let's bring him in on the show. Joe, thank you very much for waking up with us this morning. First question I've got. Last night, the first time the Icemen had to go on the road in these playoffs, also their first loss. What do they have to do to snap out of that funk and not let this loss linger?
I think, Rich, I think you hit it on the nail on the head right there. I think that first time on the road, we had a week off since we swept Atlanta. Coming down here, these guys play well at home. They're a good hockey team we're playing against. The game was really only 1-0 until an empty net goal. So I think it took us a little bit of time just to kind of get the legs going and get back into competitive skating, so be it.
Hey there, Joe. I got another question for you. This is a pretty incredible stat to me. 24 penalties for Jacksonville in the last 5 games with 24 successful penalty kills. I mean, how important is it to kill off those penalties or at least just stay out of the box here in the playoffs?
Robert, it could actually be the difference in the series. These two teams, they're very similar, just like Jacksonville and Atlanta were. They both are physical. They both grind it out. They both, dig for pucks in the corner, what have you. 24 for 24 in the playoffs is something that Coach Luco tells these guys every day. They strive to be the top penalty killing unit. We need to work on being one of the better power play units, and then that could literally be the difference in the series.
Joe, I've got to say that I don't know if the playoff beard is intentional, but it's already better hair follicles than Sidney Crosby has ever had in his entire life. So congratulations on that so far. Hopefully a nice, solid, bushy beard as we continue on in a nice Iceman run. Now, with that said, the Everblades do have 3 of the top scorers from the regular season on their roster, but the Icemen have the best goalie in the league. How important is it to keep the Everblades players in check so Francois Brassard can stay clean between the pipes?
Yeah, I mean, that's everything. We don't necessarily want to play 7-6 with anybody. 3-1, 3-2, 2-1, 1-0. Those are our games. That's what we do best. The third period last night, our legs finally came back, I think, from the layoff, and we put a lot of great quality chances on Florida's goalie, Cam Johnson, who just made some really big saves. And there are games where sometimes you just have to tip your cap. The one thing I'll tell you is, to a man, you think when they come off the ice, they're all angry and they're throwing sticks or they're, just mad at the world. These guys weren't. They were like, hey, it's a loss. We played okay. We know what to fix. We'll be fine. And they're ready to go already for tonight. So that was exciting to see. As far as the playoff beard, I can tell you in my life, it's the longest I've ever grown it. And if it goes till June, I'll be just as happy.
Hey, Joe, I got another question for you. And this is one just kind of on the sport of hockey, because when you say hockey in Florida, and we got, 2 teams that are based in Florida, generally people think, okay, why should I care, I suppose, especially here in Jacksonville. I'm happy we're in the playoffs because it is bringing new people into the sport. But what would you tell people that are like, why should I go out there and watch an Iceman game?
Just come and see it, especially at our arena, where our fans are so unbelievable to this team, averaging several thousand every home game. They're into the game. They're passionate about their team. They get mad at every little nuance that happens where somebody just even taps our guy with a stick. They're all over him. They're learning the game for sure. It's just an experience, to be honest with you. I don't think people realize, because hockey isn't always the mainstream sport, baseball, football, basketball, that how incredibly athletic these guys are. How it's so hard to do what they do on quarter-inch skate blades on a sheet of ice.
Joe, you've obviously seen this team more than pretty much anybody in the city of Jacksonville over the past few years. They have solid players like Ben Howard-Chuck and Eviker Duckus, guys with a lot of experience in their past history in hockey and postseason ventures. So we know that they're going to have the right mindset to turn it around. I want to make this a personal question for you. How fun has this season been, especially this journey with this group of players?
Tremendous. The one thing I tell people all the time is once COVID hit in 2020, I went the entire last season where I never saw one player. I didn't pass them in a hallway. I didn't see them walk into their cars. I didn't see the team for an entire year. This group of guys is unbelievable. They're so friendly. They're so brotherhood together with each other. They joke, they laugh, they play games on each other. It's such a great group of guys that I couldn't ask for anything more on this season alone.
All right, well, Joe Massa, thank you so much for waking up early and joining us this morning. Game 2 is tonight, and then the Icemen have 3 games here in Jacksonville before naturally they turn this thing around and win this series as well. We're looking forward to it. Joe, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for stopping by, Joe.
All right, now let's